At this point in the school year, you might be saying to yourself, why aren't these kids listening? Or why am I having so many problems with this one specific student? And it may come down to this. You may need to cultivate a relationship because relationships build trust, and trust breeds action. So if you are having students who are failing to act in a way that you expect, you may need to start here with cultivating connections. Teachers who put relationships first don't just have students for 1 year. They have students who view them as their teacher for life. Let's dive into how you can create stronger connections with students to increase trust and increase engagement. I wanted you to come up with a couple ideas on your own. How we build connections is starting with 3 things that we can control. If you listen to me speak, you will hear me say often that you are in control of your culture, of your environment, of your words, and your actions. So let's dive into what you need to do specifically with yourself before you can build connections. First, you need to think about what you believe. There is a way for your students to feel your beliefs, whether you like it or not. So if you believe things like all students can learn, they will feel that in your tone, in your actions, and in your words. But if you also believe something like, that kid doesn't have a chance in my class, I'm telling you right now, he or she can feel that. So we want to make sure that our beliefs are in the right place. Take a moment to write down 2 beliefs that you have or that you need to have to build strong connections with students. One of your beliefs might even be, I believe that all kids have value in my room, that all kids bring something unique to this class. And that is a belief that they will feel and know. Pause this video to write down 2 beliefs that you need to have or that you already have that will help build strong connections in this class. Pause the video now as you write your 2 down. All right, let's dive into your actions. What do you need to be doing to show students that you want to build strong relationships with them? We'll start with some easy ones. If you are not using their names on a daily basis, add that to this list. An action that you can have is using names every time you call on someone or every time you address a student. Another action you might need to have is calling on multiple students throughout the day. Showing students that you value all voices in your room by making sure to not call on the same students over and over. Practicing wait time to give some of those students who just process a little bit slower time to generate an answer and then contribute in class. That's going to be huge. Showing them that you trust that they are thinking through the material and that they are generating a response to a question you just asked is going to be huge in building connections and building trust, honestly. I want you to think about some of the actions you already take. Put those in the top line. What are some actions that you already do on a daily basis or a weekly basis that help build strong connections? On that second line of actions, those 4 dark blue bubbles, I want you to think about things you could be doing in the future, things that you're willing to commit to that you know will help build strong connections. Maybe it's opening your door up 5 minutes early in the morning, allowing students to come in and share some things with you about the weekend or throughout the week. Maybe the action is simply getting up and walking around the room during work time, showing students that you are there for them and that it is your job to support them as they are working. Pause the video now to write down 8 ideas of actions you can be taking or that you already are taking to build strong connections. let's dive into words. Now, I know I already said use students' names, and that really is an action. What are some words you can be using in class to build strong connections? I've brought up a couple times that relationships build trust. Are you using the word trust in your room? If not, I want to encourage you to start putting this into your daily vernacular and watch how your students react after a few days or weeks. What I mean is, say things like, all right, it's work time, and I trust that you will use your time wisely. You might say something like, I trust that all of you are going to go home and get this done tonight so that tomorrow we can pick up right where we left off. Using the word trust and saying the words, I trust you, are some words that students do not hear on a daily basis. There are students who go home and are not trusted. They are not respected, and they are not valued in their home lives. And saying it out loud in your classroom is going to help them build a connection to you because they don't feel trusted in other arenas of their life. But you saying it in this classroom, I trust you. In this classroom, I trust you to make good choices. In this classroom, I trust you to be responsible. These are phrases your students may not be hearing. And by you saying it, it will build trust. Now, your actions need to back up that trust that you are saying you have, but that's a first start. What are some other words and phrases that you can use? I follow a gentleman on Instagram named Mr. Reed, and he calls his students scholars. Good morning, scholars. He uses that word to place them on a level of respect. It also helps reduce the boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Put them at the level of school and where school should hold them as scholars. School is a place of learning. And when we have a culture where students come and feel trusted and valued and confident, we have a culture where students learn. Go ahead and pause this video to write down 3 words or phrases you're going to start using in your classroom to build connections. All right, now we can't just write things down and expect to transform our culture. You have just brainstormed beliefs and actions and words that you can add into your classroom to build strong connections. Now we need to go act on this document. We need to take these beliefs and these actions and these words, and we need to put them into our classroom and watch as our culture shifts. Now, this does not happen overnight. But I promise you, if you put some of these words and phrases into your daily classroom routines, you are going to see that shift. You're going to feel that shift. It might show up in more students getting their work done. It might show up to more students coming to class on time. It might show itself as having students asking more questions. But let me tell you, it is going to feel so good knowing that you were the one who took action and utilized what you learned in this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow for more just like this. Actual tips that you can take into your classroom to really create a space where students thrive, where students feel valued, trusted, and confident, and therefore are more motivated, willing to try, and willing to achieve. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment on this video with an aha moment or a way that you are going to step into a few of these actions or beliefs or words to transform that culture. Thanks for being here. Give Impact Influence a follow if you found this helpful.